Alright, y'all, it is the long-awaited collection video that many of you have been asking me for months. Months? Pretty much since I started my channel, y'all have wanted to have access to my collection and know what it looks like and how I store it. So my name is Tracy, this is the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel, and if you're new here, you're lucky that this is where you're starting because many of my loyal viewers who've been subscribed for a bit have been waiting for quite a while. There are some things you are not going to see in this video. I'll list those real quickly. You are not going to see any of the candles that are currently under review or that I am in the process of recording. As of this moment, that includes, I have over here a smoky candle ember toasted fireplace part 2 collection that you're not going to see because I don't want to spoil it. You have my Best in Glow linen, Best in Glow cotton, and Best in Glow laundry candles that I'm not going to show you again because I don't want to spoil it. My November rotation I'm not showing. I'm also not going to dig deep into my Christmas holiday candles because that's going to be in my December rotation. Also, the way that is packed in, it is brutal to take those all out and put them back in. It's just not something I'm willing to do. So there are a few things you're not going to see. You're also not getting access to my October rotation because I already have a video on that and I didn't feel like filming that a second time. I'll link that below and pop a card up here in case you're interested in seeing that. Is there anything else? There's some desk candles that were hanging around. I had, I think, a Homeworks iced tea, a couple of the garden candles from Goose Creek, frogs on lily pads, and I can't remember the other one I have up there. There's also a boba tea candle from, gosh, what was that? The Tea House Candle Company. So there's a few on desks, the hubs and mine, that you didn't pick up on, mostly because I just didn't want to have like a ton of cuts and just jumpy things. And I figured if I left out a handful of candles, not that big of a deal. But you are getting the bulk of my collection in this video. You're going to see all of my backstock. You're going to see all of my stored candles. You're going to see my burn dresser. You're going to see most of the stuff I talk about on a regular basis. Now, I want to highlight that my collection right now is about 400 candles, maybe closer to 450. To me, that is not huge. I know to the average consumer, that's a lot, but last month alone, I went through almost 90 candles. So for me, a 450 candle collection would last me about 5 months. It's not that much for me. And when you consider that I store candles for fall, I store candles for winter, I store candles for spring and summer, and a lot of the stuff I pick up at SAS to save money, I don't think it's as large as what some other collectors would have. Also, I don't buy to collect, I buy to burn, so I don't have like old candles, I don't have candles that would make you feel nostalgic. So those are just some things to keep in mind. If you were here hoping to see really old, cool labels, I'm not the person for you. But I will say, if you're interested in seeing like old school nostalgic labels or someone who has an amazing collection, I have 2 recommendations for you. One, and I always get her channel name wrong, she's Lizzie. Everybody knows her as Lizzie. Lizzie C. Hazel83 is her channel name. She's actually doing a huge declutter process and she's got some really great videos with very nostalgic, like good old Goose Creek Bath & Body Works labels. And if you don't know about the GOAT, Kent from the Candle channel, he has multiple collection videos. He is a massive collector. You can check out his videos. I think they're going to be much more entertaining. Mine is really just, I think for me, it's more about like pulling back the curtain of the spaces I'm always talking about and letting you all have access to that and seeing how I store my candles and where I store them. But honestly, I don't think this is that exciting. But hey, y'all have asked for it. Also, please be kind, okay? If you want to armchair diagnose me with overconsumption or obsessive compulsive behaviors, okay, thank you. Send me the bill for my diagnosis and I will send you a free candle. I'm kidding. I'm not giving my candles away. You know, I'm not here to talk about my mental health or my overconsumption other than to say that ever since burning candles and filling my house with fragrance that brings me joy, I have been the least anxious and least depressed that I've ever been in my entire life. So if that means I have to accept a diagnosis of being an overconsumer and having compulsive issues with my burning of candles, I will take that over the depression and anxiety of the past that I have experienced. So, with that in mind, just please be kind to each other, be kind to collectors, be kind to people who burn their candles and have, you know, limited space to store their stuff. I just don't know why we have to be mean and judgmental to each other. I don't expect y'all who have been watching me for a while to do that or to be that way, but if you're new here and you want to pass judgment, I mean, you know, what they say in the YouTube world, all engagement with my channel is positive. So even if you leave me troll comments, that helps boost my video. If you thumbs down me, that helps boost my video. So I guess all engagement is good engagement, but also, you know, this is my space. This is a safe space for my community. So please just be kind. All right, y'all, let's get to it. This is a long one. Get comfy. Be ready. Here it is. All right, y'all, this works out pretty well for me because we're at the end of September, beginning of October as I'm recording this, and that's usually when I purge my empties, check my inventory, and pretty much on a monthly basis, I go through my backstock and pull out candles that I don't have in my burn drawer and or pull out ones that I want to add to my current and next month's rotation. So as I go through my backstock today, I'm going to be pulling for October, I'm going to be pulling for November and December, and I'm also going to be pulling anything that I know I don't currently have in my burn drawer, and those are ones that are just kind of like don't necessarily have a rotation. They're just ones I really like. So the way that I organize my backstock cabinet is that I have crates 2x2, so 2 deep, 2 wide, and then I label them a letter and a number. Right now I am up to, I believe, A22, and then I have some that are just labeled by name. So like, for example, Colin's Return. I have a full row of those, so I just put on there Colin's Return, and that way I know they're 4 deep, right? There's nothing combined. But on the rows where there's a combination of candles and brands, I always just do a letter and a number and then reference that in my spreadsheet so that if I want to pull out a specific candle, I know exactly where to locate it. So I'm going to go over the ones on the top of my backstock kind of stack, and those are A20, A21, and A22. So this is the front, and then I will do the back crate next. I apologize for the lighting. You're going to see my hands reflecting off the lids. Hey! You're going to see light reflecting because I have can lights on the ceiling. This back here is my Murphy bed. We have a guest bed down here. It's a converted garage. So you know, this isn't ideal. You're getting some glare off the floor, but this is the best setup I could do for filming the backstock. So please forgive me for the production quality. I'm just going to start pulling and show you what I got. This one is from Goose Creek. It's the Berry Pumpkin Streusel. This is the Blueberry Pumpkin Patch knockoff that I really like, so I did order a backstock of that one. Also, as I go through these, you might see, you know, one of these Blueberry Pumpkin Streusel in this tray, but there might be 5 trays from now, because when I buy, I usually just kind of on a whim will pick up an extra one, and then I'll get thinking about it, like, oh, I think I want another one, but I've already put those away and inventoried them, so they're not always together. So just keep that in mind. This might not be the only ones I have of a particular scent. This one is Puppy Snuggles from Goose Creek, and I'm actually currently reviewing this one as a part of my Best Cotton series. So this is a cotton candle that I really enjoy. That one's currently discontinued. Hopefully that makes it come back. It's one of my favorites. Halloween Party from Goose Creek. This is the Vault one that just came back, and I have several of those, so you're going to see more than one. There's number 2. And then I have the Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough Pillsbury. I'm currently working on a review for this one as well. This one is delicious, y'all. I just need to stop and smell it because it's insane. Yeah, beautiful, gourmandy, smells just like chocolate chip cookie dough. Or like really doughy, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, like way more than I thought I would. So I did pick up 2 backups of those because these were out last year and then they sold out and now they've replenished them. So I was like, you know what? I just need to make sure I get what I want. And then this is the back half of 2021 and 22. As you'll see, I have room to grow because this is my top crate. I just have 1 candle, and that is another one of the Halloween Party. So those of you who are type A, you might be saying, why did you do it that way? Well, that's because this one sits behind this one, and so I have 3 Halloween Party all in a row. So there is a method to my madness. It might look disorganized, but it's pretty well put together. All right, so these are A17, 18, and 19 I have from Goose Creek. of Vanilla Sands. This is one that is discontinued. It's a dupe of a popular Scentsy wax that Charity Rose shared with me, and I really liked it, so I picked up one of those. Plus, this is my backstock. I have one up in the burn drawer as well. This is my backstock of Cotton Vanilla Breeze. By far my favorite cotton fragrance. It's got that sunlit cotton with vanilla. This is also in my upcoming Best in Glow cotton episode that you're going to see. Y'all, I'm trying to debate on whether or not to burn through all those. It's really taking me a lot of time to burn through, which is delaying me publishing those videos. I might just do them without doing a full burn through. Goose Creek Honeybee Hollow. This is just absolutely amazing. I picked up an extra one of those this spring when that collection came out. Old Time Lemonade. This was a Hub's choice. This one I think we got on clearance for like $5.99 at Goose Creek. So I picked up one of those. This is a candle that Taylor from Candle Coven sent me, the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The reason why it is in my backstock is because this candle, which they don't have the scent notes on the bottom, but this is the same as the Chocolate Haystacks, which I currently have in my burn drawer. So this is technically a backup, even though it's a unique label. And then I have Praline Delight from Bath & Body Works. This was an online exclusive. I currently have this in my November rotation, but I like it so much I had to get another one because I don't ever want it to go away. Okay, so here's where I've pulled a backstock out, and now there is space in this particular A19 row. So what I will probably do is pull the single candle that was in the A21 row, put it in here, and just update my spreadsheet, and that way it helps to condense my stash, right? The stack can get really high. So I will fill this when I go to put these away and rearrange those. This one has Palo Santo Coconut. I was gifted one of these from my viewer and also gifted one from Charity Rose. So I have a couple of those in backstock you're going to see. Really like that one. I'm grateful to have gotten those extras. My newfound love, Mahogany Vanilla. Had to buy a backup. I'm about halfway through my current one and I'm really, really enjoying it. I have a couple from circa 1955. Tigger, this is the Hub's like favorite all-time citrus, not only in candle but in their wax melt form. So we have a Tigger for him. This one might be Tigger too. Yeah, I know I have an Oogie Boogie Lemonade somewhere as well, but this is his second Tigger one. And then we also have the Care Bear one. This is one that I was gifted by Denise, one of my viewers. And this is the one that kind of smells, it's very Fruit Loopy or like Fruity Pebbles. Care Bears collab that came out, that was last year, I think, and we picked that one up. He really liked it. That is the third one of that we have, and one of them broke, so we're using it as wax melts. He really enjoys it. All right, next rows, and these are out of order. Forgive me, it happens sometimes. This is A2, A3, and A4. I have from Goose Creek the Witch's Cauldron. This is one of their several dupes of Witch's Brew from Yankee, except for this one's a little bit cologne-y. It's my all-time favorite Halloween scent from them, so I do have a couple of those. Actually, I think I might have 3. Might be in the next crate. Graveyard Whispers is a Scooby-Doo collab candle that came out. This is that one that's really earthy and grassy. Love it. Bought extras of those as well. This is the Fresh Orange, which I now know is a relabel of, was it something Grove? Citrus Grove. Picked this up at our outlet store. This is one that the Hubs really likes, so we got an extra of that. This is my last, and I'm going to pull this because I don't have this in my burn drawer and I love it so much. This is the Ocean plus Vanilla Bean Blends. This is so good, y'all. I have the Ocean's candle I just finished up and I was blending it with vanilla trying to replicate this. It's not the same, so I'm going to be sad when this is gone. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this from my inventory. And when I pull these, I always update my spreadsheet. Also, this creates a new space now that I will pull from other crates in order to keep things full and consolidate. And then we have a straggler of Colin's Return. I'm not sure how this got in here because I think I have 7 total and there's a whole crate that has a bunch, but somehow this ended up here. Probably had space for a one and just pulled from the other stock. But that's why I label things. I like to keep things organized. It happens sometimes. All right, this is the back half of that same row. I have another Witch's Cauldron from Goose Creek. I have a Yankee candle by the pool. I picked this up in Michigan at the outlet store by my stepdad's house. Have not burned that yet in the 3-wick format, but I do have it. Actually, it's up here on a shelf that I'll show you soon in the 2-wick format. So this one's just a backstock. Another Graveyard Whispers. Did I mention that I really like that one? Hence the reason I have 3 of those. An Always and Forever. This is my only Backstock. Really enjoyed that one this spring. Want that for next year. And then Library Secrets. This is the one I'm burning in my October rotation. It's kind of like a spicy library book. Now I am pulling candles for, I have a spring cabinet that I'm developing because I made room for spring candles, my Backstock spring candles. Or they're not Backstock, they're ones that I'm ready to burn. They're not extras. But I don't have a spring rotation planned anytime soon. But because I pulled out my Halloween rotation, I made a cabinet for spring candles. So I'm going to pull this one as well and put that in my spring cabinet with the other ones. All right, now we have rows A14, A15, and A16. I have 2 of the Vanilla Coconut from Bath & Body Works. Love, love, love this one. Probably my favorite coconut this summer. Also really like the blue lids on that. I have a Wizard of Oz collab candle from Goose Creek. This is the Friends Forever. This one is, oh yeah, it's the berry. It's like a creamy berry. I need to sniff this one because I really like it. I think I have one of these pulled upstairs right now in my marshmallow burn drawer. So that one is a Backstock. I'll leave that here. This is the Stranger Things, the Upside Down. This is, I think my only backup. I may have 2 more, but I think that might be the only one. I think I have a D-stash pile with those going in it because I just have too many. Fall Garland, I went all in on those this year because I absolutely love them and they sold out last year. So I have 2 of those from Goose Creek. This is one of my top favorites from Goose Creek. If you were to ask me like what's one of the best fall candles out right now, it's this one. Although I will say it's more of a transitionary scent. It's better for like November because it does feel a little bit holiday with the pine note that's in here. But absolutely love it. Can't get enough of it. This is the back half of that particular row. I see a holiday scent here. This is Vanilla Eggnog. I do have one of these that I've half burned through in my Christmas cabinet. It's one of them that the label started to catch on fire, so we're just going to lamp that one this year and save this one for burning. For now, I'm going to keep it in Backstock. Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. This one I think we also picked up at SAS. I'm not sure if I have another one of these and whether or not I should pull it. I'm going to check the spreadsheet. That may need to come out for November. Another Old Time Lemonade from Goose Creek. Make that 2 more Old Time Lemonades from Goose Creek. Again, those were a steal. And then the Hubs loves his Perfect in Pink, so we stocked up on these for Summer SAS. You're going to see more of these. This is his favorite scent, and we have a whole bunch. New row. This is A11, A12, and A13. Also, forgive me if you hear a child screaming. It is my neighbor kid. Those kids are literally just bonkers. They scream at the top of their lungs all the time. And while this is a converted garage and the garage door, which is over here to my right, is sealed off and has insulation, you can still hear them. So if that's not getting blocked by AI, I apologize. This is the Lemon Gelato 3-wick from Yankee. I stocked up on these when they went down to, I think they were like $8 during the summer annual clearance sale, and then they shipped them to me in a heat wave, and as you will see, they melted and kind of sloshed off to the side. So they did issue me a refund. I think I bought 5 and they gave me a refund on 3 of them. So I got 5 candles for $16, which I will take considering it's Yankee. I've not burned this scent in the 3-wick. I only have had it in the 2-wick, but they didn't have any of those. So we stocked up on the 3-wicks. Those there. I also have my beloved Marshmallow Sugar. Picked this up on clearance at Goose Creek. Love it. My favorite marshmallow scent from them. I have a Frozen Lake here from Bath & Body Works. I also really like the label. I know people said these were tacky, but this like straight up reminds me of like first grade learning how to use scissors and making snowflakes. I don't mind them. Lemon Espresso Twist. You're going to see a lot of these. It's the Hubs and I favorite lemon scent from Bath & Body Works. Yep, there's number 2. All right, and the back candles for that row. Another Lemon Gelato. This is the Stranger Things Demogorgon. I'm actually burning through this one in this month's rotation, so I'll be pulling that one next month. Sweetest Song from Bath & Body Works. This one I'm having a really hard time finishing up. It doesn't blend well with any other scents. I think I'll eventually just put what I have left in my crock in my bedroom and just use it as a background bedroom fragrance because it's just, it doesn't go well with anything else I have. Christmas Cabin from Bath & Body Works. This is last year's label. Picked it up at SAS. I actually don't know if I have one of these pulled in my current Christmas rotation. However, I just hauled this in the new label, so I'll either just plop that in my Christmas cabinet or pull this one out later. Another lemon espresso twist, and you guessed it, another lemon espresso twist. Can't have enough of those. Okay, these are crates that I have labeled, and y'all, it has become a total mess. So as long as I am filming this video and pulling everything out, I'm probably just going to create an A. Where did we leave off? A23, A24, and A25, and just move these to a more orderly fashion and update my spreadsheet, because right now it's just hard to read. Strawberry pound cake from Bath & Body Works. This was a winter sass purchase, $6.75 or something like that. Caramelized lavender from Bath & Body Works. Absolutely love that one. It's perfect for fall, winter. I was burning it this summer with lavender candles. White Barn from Bath & Body Works, caramel and vanilla. This is one of the hub's favorite, along with this one, which is sweet tea and lemonade. This was also a winter sass item. This is the summer label from last year, not this past one. Rose petal icing from Goose Creek. Phenomenal rose, little bit sweet scent. Really enjoyed that one. Happy to have a backup. And then a Queen Charlotte's Tea from the Bridgerton collab with Bath & Body Works. Y'all, I love this one so much. I'm kind of hoarding it. I have one that I did for my best tea candle, the Talking Tea Tuesdays series that I had. I still haven't finished it because I love it so much that I just don't even want to burn through it because they are discontinued and they got destroyed, and so I can't get them at my outlet or for SAS. It's a huge bummer. All right, back row of that, more of the same. So we have two more of the caramelized lavender. We have more of the sweet tea and lemonade, both in last year's and the summer before label. And we have a Main Street Bakery from Bath & Body Works and another Main Street Bakery from Bath & Body Works, also picked up at SAS. Didn't have any from this year because we still have the backstock, even though they were a good price. These are some more candles that are just labeled by name. Again, kind of annoying, but that's how it is. Almond Croissant from Bath & Body Works. This is one from the spring that went on Summer Sass. Another Collins Return from the Bridgerton collab. You're going to see more of those. I have two of the Happy Hanukkah from 2023. I am down to my last two, and if I see more at my outlet store, I will be snagging them. Pink Lavender Espresso is one of the hub's favorites candles, and so we have a couple of them. White Barn from this Summer Sass, as well as the candle from last year's Winter Sass. A couple of those for him. And in the back, did I mention, I really love Collins Return. Y'all, oh my gosh, I need to sniff it. Let me just take a break here. Yeah, so this one, it came out on Candle Day last December. I remember we went in the morning. Diamond of the Season was already sold out at like 7 a.m. in the morning. And I smelled this one. And I was like, wow, I think I might like that, but it's kind of weird. So I didn't buy it right then. We were out later that night. I went ahead and just picked one up, brought it home and burned it. Loved it. And then went to my store and pretty much bought everything that they had because I knew that these would sell out. So I do have a lot of these. I need to work on burning them more, but I'm also kind of hoarding them because I know they're never coming back, and the leather in this is just absolutely gorgeous. So they're my babies. I love them. I probably might not ever get through them, and I'm never going to sell them because I love them so much. More Pink Lavender Espresso for the hubs, and another Almond Croissant from Winter Sass, and this one was also 75% off. I assume that you are starting to see a trend here. Most of my backstock are Sass candles or clearance candles. So I usually only stock up on scents that I really, really like when they're really, really cheap. It's rare, like with Mahogany Vanilla, that I'll buy an extra one so early in the season. But if I start burning through it really quickly, I'll pick up an extra. And I probably will pick up more of those at Sass, by the way. So a lot of these were super cheap, and that's why I really stock up. This is Bookloft. I believe this is the first label that came out. This is from last year. I picked this one up at Sass. Yeah, this came out early 2024. So I have two of those here, plus two of the caramel and vanilla, or two more, I should say, because again, Hubs really likes that one, and we found that at the outlet store. And then I have a couple of the Cozy Sunday Nights. I am going to pull one of these because I just finished this in my September rotation. So I'm going to take one of these out and bring it into my burn drawer upstairs. And then the back part of this row plus the last crate in this particular column. So we're about halfway through of my backstock. We have 2 more of the Book Loft from the Winter Sass. Make that 3 more. Y'all, I love this one as much as Colin's Return. I did not know it was going to come back this year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought this many. I thought it might be the only year because it was pretty polarizing last year. But it seems very popular since they brought it out in the body care and everything else. So I have a lot. I will burn through it eventually. This is the label that came out after that. This was fall. And this one I'm pretty sure I picked up at the fall 60% off clearance, which y'all, we are due for. That's got to be coming up soon. If it's not already happening, because I think you're going to be seeing this a few weeks after I filmed it. And then I have 2 more of the Cozy Sunday Night. Really liked these labels. People said they looked like an ultrasound, but whatever. I think they're pretty. Alright, so this one has a little empty spot I'm going to have to fill up. This is You're So Berry Sweet. This is my last one from Goose Creek. I really, really hope this one comes back. To me, this ended up smelling like chocolate-covered banana, even though it was supposed to be chocolate-covered strawberry. Love it so much. Wish I would have bought more. I have a backup of Farmhouse Pumpkin and Spice. Got this one at Sass last winter. Cool Raindrops in the Odor Eliminating. I currently have this one in my burn drawer, but it was in that like White Barn Neutrals knockoff. This one's going to be much better. That one, it's got some issues with strength and throw. And then I have 2 of the Emily in Paris Lavender Luxe. I picked these up both at my outlet store for $10. Was not lucky enough to have the glitch that came out. That was for what? Was that Winter Sass or Summer Sass? There was a glitch. I missed that one. And the back half of that row is a Strawberry Pound Cake, another one, only this one is in the Valentine's label, so I will be putting that in my February rotation. Probably get a new one this year too, honestly. Another Queen Charlotte's Tea. A Coffee and Cacao. Now this one, y'all, I gotta tell you that it was really awesome. Goose Creek makes a lot of mistakes with their shipping, as you are learning if you've been watching my channel, and they actually sent me 2 of the exact same orders, except for one was missing a candle. And when I emailed them to say, you know, hey, you sent me 2 copies, only one is missing a candle, they let me keep them all, which is just, I mean, it was like 12 candles, y'all. So this one was free. I have the other one up in the coffee cabinet, the Hubs is Burning. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I was just happy to get that one for free, accidentally. Fresh brewed coffee from Bath & Body Works. That one we picked up at Winter Sass. Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works. That's this past summer's Firecracker Pop. Did see those at my outlet recently for $10, but didn't pick any more up. And then this is my backup of Ariel. I'm going to pull this one because I do not currently have this one in my burn drawer upstairs. Okay, another little missing one here we're going to have to fill in. I have, I believe, 2 of the Lavender and Pine from Bath & Body Works. Love the jar, love the scent. And I did hear from Kent at the Candle Channel that that's going to be making a comeback this winter, so I won't need any more unless the label is awesome. But I really, really like that one. Paris Cafe, this is from Winter Sass. Love the label on this, although not exactly the cleanest burn. That's okay, it was cheap, so we have 2 of those. And a Cardamom and Vetiver. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Love this one for January, February rotation. It's just very warm and comforting and cozy, and I'm happy to have this one I picked up at Sass. And the back part of that row is the Disney Princess Belle candle, and I believe I have 2 of those. I honestly couldn't have enough of those. I have bought almost every single one I have found. Another Paris Cafe. There's another one of my Palo Santo and Coconut. Hummingbird Tea Cake. I think we've gotten through 3 of these now. This was one we picked up at Winter Sass. My one store, y'all, had like 5 tables of 75% off. At Winter Sass, it was amazing. And then we picked up one at Summer Sass, also in the Hummingbird Tea Cake. So this is this summer's, or this spring's really, and this is last spring's. All right, on to a new row, also still organized by name. Lemon Espresso Twist, and actually there are 2 of those. So what are we up to now, 6 or 7? These are the Sweetheart Cherry. Loved this one this past February. Wanted to make sure I had 2 for this February coming up just in case it doesn't make a return. Although I think it probably will. Those were Sass candles, pretty cheap. Blueberry Pumpkin, I'm actually currently burning this one in my October rotation, so this will be my last one. Oh, and I do have another Always and Forever, which is fine. We'll leave this one here. I didn't realize I had 2 of those. I'm sure it's in my spreadsheet, but in my head, I only had 1, which speaks to the importance of keeping a spreadsheet, because when you're at the outlet store and you do a search for this and you see you already have 2, you're not going to pick it up again, or at least I won't. I didn't love it that much. And the back crate in that row, another lemon espresso twist. I think that one might be tied with Colin's return on how many of those we have. Oh, y'all, Goose Creek's Vanilla Frosted Pine. This had better make a comeback because I love it. It is one of my favorite Christmas scents from them. Also, I loved these jars that Kent designed last year. They were phenomenal and looked really pretty when they were glowing. Another Perfect in Pink from Bath & Body Works. Another lemon espresso twist. And then I have 2 of the Happy Kwanzaa candles that I picked up at Winter Sass at Bath & Body Works. This one's just really earthy, kind of grounding, incensey vibe. Really enjoy the frankincense that's in there. Next row, I've got another empty I'm going to have to fill in. More lemon espresso twist, y'all. Who's keeping tabs? Oh, marshmallow snow cream. This one is so good. Again, I want this one to come back. Loved the blue jar on this one. Probably my favorite holiday scent next to Holiday Embers. This is my favorite gourmandy. Super yummy. And I think I only bought 1. Another Frozen Lake from Bath & Body Works. And then I have a Sugared Lemonade from Bath & Body Works and a Sugar Cone Crunch. I do not have one of these in my burn drawer, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this and bring it upstairs. And the back side of that particular row, we have Hot Cocos and Cream from Bath & Body Works. Bought this one at Winter Sass. I should have waited because there were a lot of these at Summer Sass and I could have gotten a better price. So I have 2 of those. And then I picked up the Vanilla Bean Noel last winter because I heard this was being discontinued, but now I'm seeing that it's coming back out in body care. I don't know if these are rumors or if that's confirmed. I don't know if they're going to bring the candle back, but I did buy a couple of these because I really thought they were going to sell out. I don't know. I must have the other one in my Christmas cabinet, so just the one in the Backstock. Twisted Peppermint. This is one we picked up at Sass. The Hubs really likes this one. I'm okay with it. I don't mind it. Here's the Coconut Haystacks. So I currently have one of these in my burn drawer. So this makes 2 with the Willy Wonka candle. And Watermelon Lemonade from Bath & Body Works. I don't think I have one of these upstairs. I'm going to check the spreadsheet real quick. And if I don't have it, I'm going to pull this one. All right, this is the last row of my 3 wicks in the cabinet. Ghoul Friend, I am pulling this. I knew I had one. I couldn't find it, but here it is. It said in my spreadsheet that I did. I just didn't know where it was at. So this is going to get pulled and put in the October rotation I currently have going. And then I have a Candy Apple Cauldron from last year. 2 more of the Blueberry Pumpkin Patch from Bath & Body Works. These are my last 2. Going to miss those when those are gone. A Pumpkin Bonfire from Bath & Body Works. Picked this one up at Winter Sass. And another Candy Corn from Goose Creek. I think I technically have 2 of these. One in my rotation this month, plus this one, plus the new label, which I think I left at my stepdad's house, if I recall. And the backside of that row, 2 more of the Candy Apple Cauldron. Yes, we stocked up. These were 75% off at Winter Sass. I also have a pumpkin carving. I think these are both pumpkin carving. Yeah, 2. This is 3. No, and a Vampire Blood. I really like these labels from last year. I know people didn't like them, but I think they're kind of fun. And this one, Finally Fall, I'm actually going to pull this one as well because I just finished this one in my September rotation. I want this for November. Now I have some single wicks that I'm going to share with you that I have that are backstock. This one is the Sugar Lemon Zest. Got that at the outlet store for $3. Same with the Vampire Blood. This one, I'm pretty sure was Winter Sass, Wick-ed Vanilla Woods from last year. Bookloft, I picked up this year, although in hindsight, I should have waited because this one had absolutely no strength and throw. And I grabbed 2. I might end up destashing these. We'll see. A Ghoul Friend in last year's label. Also a Sass find. Pumpkin Carving 2 years ago from the outlet for $3. And a Laundry Room Lemon that came out this January. Love this one. I think I have another one of these somewhere too. Next single wick tray, I have a ton of the Chocolate Covered Orange. I overbought last year at Sass for 75% off. So there's 1, 2, I think 3 and 4. I will never go through this many, but I love it so much I don't care. Vanilla Bean Noel in the single wick, and I have 2 of those. Make that maybe 3? No, this is a Marshmallow Fireside and a Stranger Things Upside Down Room. I should have this right now for my October rotation, so I'm going to pull that one out. And my last 3 single wicks, I have an Autumn Drive backup, a Frozen Lake that I picked up at the outlet store, and a Goose Creek Vanilla Sands in the single wick. Have I mentioned that the hubs really likes Cosmic Cupcake from Country Candle made by Kringle? If I haven't, which I have, y'all, so many times, here's evidence. 3 of the large jars and 2 of the medium jars. These were all really good markdown. I think some of these were buy one, get one. And then that was like right after Easter. And then the other ones were 60% off recently for Labor Day. And he goes through about one of these every 2 months. So this will last us, I don't know, close to a year. I only have a couple of Kringle backstock. Honestly, I don't store many of these just because they're difficult to store, and plus I don't go through them that fast. But I did buy an extra of the Tea Time when these were 50% off for Labor Day sale, and when they had a discount on the jelly donut in the reserve jar, I picked up 2 of those. So I do have 2 jelly, which I've gotten through 2 of those, and I have my 4 wick now as well. But that's all the backstock I have for Kringle. I really liked the Crate & Barrel green tea matcha candle, and they put these on a huge discount. I think they were like 75% off. So I do have 2 of the 3 wick vessels, which I haven't actually burned yet. And then I have, oh, it smells so good. I can smell it from here. And then I have, I think 3. Yeah, and then I have 3 of the single wick version. So I definitely overbought on these, especially because I don't ever put tea candles in my rotations. But I love this scent so much, and I wasn't sure if it was going to come back because they clearanced it out. Speaking of green tea, I have 1 of the matcha green tea. This technically isn't a backup, so I probably should pull this and put it on my shelf just so I know I have it. It's not a backstock. This is my last one. This one took about halfway through to come to life, but I really, really like the smell and the strength when it does come to life. Happy to have this one, and thought about picking some up. My friend Marie over at the Meet Miss Marie channel reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, did you see they're on sale? And I hadn't, and I thought about it. But y'all, I had to say no, because I haven't burned through this one yet. I just don't have the space for homeworks. I also have 4 of the Witch's Brew, kind of in different jars. 2 of these are the jars that were, I think, exclusive to Target. These are the 2 I got for $8 because of a price. They were mismarked. This is an older one. Let's see, this is from 22 in the old glass lid jars. And then I have one in the signature jar as well. I think this one's also from 22. Yeah, also from 22. So 4 of the Witch's Brew, basically unscented, but I still love them and I'm attached to them. Can't get rid of them. I'll get through them eventually. I have 1 backstock of the iced tea scent from Homeworks. This one came in a 2-pack. I burned 1 for my best iced tea candle episode, and I think I bought another 2-pack after that, so I think I've gotten through a couple of these now. I have one that's almost done upstairs, but not quite, so I'm leaving this one in the backstock cabinet. And then finally, I have 4 of these. I'm not going to pull them all out because they're the exact same label. This is the Nitro Cold Brew candle from Yankee. This is one of the hub's favorites. He was going through about 1 of these a month and has since slowed down, so I don't know how long it will take us to get through those last 4, but we do have 4 of those. I think we got these for like $8 each. All right, y'all, so that is the backstock cabinet. That's where it all is housed. This is just a giant locker that we have in our garage. So that's where all my backstock is. You'll see I went ahead and updated all of the rows so they all have official numbers now and are in the spreadsheet in a more organized way. So that's the backstock cabinet. When I say it's going in my backstock cabinet, that's what I mean, y'all. Okay, and then over here, this is the bookshelf that I told the hubs, if you're going to put in another Kringle order, you better move some books. So he did. He moved some of his books over there, and now we have some space, although we have already filled it with the order we got from Kringle. So I'm just going to go through. These are just kind of my, like, large glass vessels that I don't have any space for elsewhere. So I have Village Candle, Sea Salt and Cucumber. This is that Yankee 2-wick by the pool that I was talking about. This one I actually need to pull out because I'm currently in the process of reviewing it. One of y'all requested that, so that's Gold and Cashmere from Kringle. I have Garden Fresh. This was one that I did for my best tomato candle review that I did this summer and just never finished it up, so that's going back on the shelf. One of my jelly donuts. This one's about halfway gone. My Bananas Foster. That one, got that one recently, I believe. Tea Time. That is the one that we've started burning. Lemon Splash. Oh, I should bring this upstairs. He loves that one so much, and we don't have it up there. Maybe I'll just move it to the front. Sea Salt and Tonka. This is one I started but just haven't finished. I really like it, but it's super light. This is his new Psychedelic Citrus, which, by the way, he works in this space. The desk is actually behind me, so I'm going to leave that there front and center. This Marshmallow Morning from Kringle is another one that he wanted, so I'll put that one behind there. We bought the Lime Splash a while ago and just never got to burning it yet. Bottle Rocket. This was one that I picked up for the Labor Day sale. Save that for next year. We have some medium jars over here in the Anjou Allspice country. This is where I start getting into Christmas, so I'm going to keep these separate. We've got Butter Rum Cafe, Father Christmas. Here's all the daylights I bought for the Advent calendar that we're going to do. This is 12 of the country candle daylights, so I'm just storing those until December. I picked him up the Snowbird because he likes birds. You just saw these in a haul, and if you didn't, I'll go ahead and put them in the description below and the card up above. Christmas Cabin, Fallen Snow, Christmas Market. I think this one, I may not have shown you this one. I've had that one for a bit. Hollyberry, also because of the bird. Mountain Chalet is another country Christmas we have. And then we get into some of the other Kringle / Yankee holiday candles. So I have Deck the Halls from Kringle. Christmas Cookie. This is the one that I bought for my mom's rotation. So there we are with Christmas Cookie. And then we also have this is the Munich Christmas Market. Bought that at Yankee last year. Have not tried burning that one yet. That one might be a total dud. Hard to say. White Spruce and Grapefruit. We did start that one last year, but weren't able to finish it. Aromatic Orange and Evergreen. That's one that I picked up on Amazon. Never got through it. Started it, but didn't finish it. Balsam and Cedar. That's just a classic Yankee. Jack Frost. I might end up destashing that. This one's pretty old. I think this is from 22. Yeah, 22. It's gotten really discolored. It was sitting really bad last year, so I might just lamp this one or get rid of it. London Christmas Tea, really enjoy that one, but that one is super light. And then another Village Candle in the Winter Clementine. I really like this one, but not very strong. So I realized I had a few other Yankee ones sitting over on his desk. This one is Pumpkin Maple Creme Caramel. Got about halfway through that one last year. This is a Lucky Shamrock. I just picked this one up recently. I think that was part of the semi-annual clearance. I grabbed that one. Pumpkin Maple Creme Caramel. I don't know where I got that one or why. And then I know I got this one at Target, the Warm Luxe Cashmere. I haven't ripped into that one yet. I need to because I really like it. I just want to highlight that I'm aware that I live in earthquake country and this is not safe. If there is a bad earthquake, we're doomed. These are all going to fall off the shelf. But you know what? It's a risk I have to take. I don't have a choice. Okay, so up here I have 3 cabinets. I'm going to try to do my best to show you what's in here. I do keep these locked in case there's an earthquake, although I don't know how much good it would do. This is really kind of where I'm storing my... This was where Halloween was. So October was in here and some of November was in here. Those have since been pulled. And now I'm putting like spring, summer candles that I don't plan on touching until next year in here. So up here, let me move this one. I have the Yankee way up there in the corner, the Yankee Herb Garden one. I have a Bath & Body Works Springtime in Paris. There's a Cinderella back there. Looks like I have, is that Garden Weather? Yeah, garden weather back here. And on the bottom, Flower Child. There it is. And then this one is another one that my friend Denise gave me. The Hungry Bunny Trail Mix. Saving that one for Easter time. I've got this one about halfway done. I really like it. Orange Blossom from Goose Creek, but saving it for next year. Vanilla Ease. I'm putting that with all my other lavender ones. So I have the lavender from Bath & Body Works. I have the Wisteria Wildberry from Goose Creek. I really like that one. Back there, that's the Lavender Luxe that I'm currently burning. And then I also have the White Picket Honeysuckle from Goose Creek. I have some single wicks that I'm saving for the spring. I have Covered in Roses, 1,000 Wishes. These will both end up in my February rotation. I have my mom's butterfly candle that I picked up in here, saving that for spring. And then the single wick of Flower Child. So that one's also going to be saved for spring. See if I can just move this without making a mess. Always a risk. In this stack, we have circa 1955's Piglet, Fresh Cut Lilacs. I bought that at Sass from Bath & Body Works. Kanga and Rue from circa 1955. Honestly, I don't know if I'll end up finishing this one. I don't really like it. It's grape and I forget what the other scent was. It's kind of too strong for me, but I'm going to give it another try next spring. Neroli Sands, which I got from Goose Creek, part of the luxury line, along with the Looking Rosy. Both of those were repurchases. You're the One from Bath & Body Works. You're So Perfect from Goose Creek. And then there's my Belle that I'm currently burning. I also have an heirloom tomato candle from Valent that I'm saving for next summer. The Drenched Coconut from Goose Creek. Coconut Beechwood from Goose Creek. And the Banana Palm Leaf, also sent to me by Denise. This is like extra Halloween stuff that I think I'm going to go through this month. So Candy Apple Cauldron. That is a broken vampire blood. Another vampire blood. I thought I'd given this to my stepdad, but it's here. That's the Candy Corn from Goose Creek. That's this year's label. And then Virgil's Halloween Night from South of Sanity. I'll probably get through his that I have upstairs. So those are going to come out this month, but just stored there temporarily. Okay, so in this cabinet, I'm not going to show you everything because some of this is like December rotation, and I'm not going to do a spoiler alert. Plus, I really don't want to pull these all out. But this cabinet, the right half, and then this entire cabinet over here, which I will just show you real quick. That's all Christmas. And y'all, most of those are like half burned. They're just ones I didn't finish last Christmas. I didn't realize how annoying it was going to be to save candles I didn't finish. Kind of a bummer. There are some new ones in there that I picked up at Summer Sass, but a lot of that is half burnt. Not going to go through those. You will see those in December. Subscribe, stick around. I will share them with you. I'm not going to pull those out. It's too much work. They're very precariously stacked and I don't want to deal with it. So this other half over here is holiday Christmas as well that will show up in December. This side over here is the Hub's like special coffee candles that he burns in his office, and along with ones that I'm like, yeah, you can burn that downstairs because it's nasty, including the, what is this, the chestnut croissant one. This one is so gross. Every time he burns it, I'm like, ugh. If he wants me to leave him alone while he works, this is the one he lights. Kind of a mixed bag in here. We've got some latte candles from Yankee. We've got some candles left from my best coffee candle series from Village. And I forget what other brand is in there. This one should be coming out. I don't know why he's not burning this one. Oh yeah, Swan Creek is in here. Probably should do a D-stash for him. Espresso Martini from Bath & Body Works. Chocolate layered cake. He really liked that one. I'm not really sure why it's up there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just pull that down, because that really belongs down here with the rest of the Yankee candles. That's not one that's a him only. I like that one too. Star Wars, Black Fire Cafe from Circa. Yeah, Coffee Bean from Village. Vanilla Mocha Cappuccino from Goose Creek. He's got a pink lavender espresso back there. That's right here. That's the cacao one, the extra from Goose Creek. Vanilla Cafe. Paris Cafe here. This is one that was Moss, M-O-S, that they sold to us during Winter Sass. And then that's all holiday stuff again. You'll see that in December. So I do have these 3 backstock cabinets as well, and these are kind of more just like storage areas for candles that I'm currently burning. It's these 3 here that I don't want to put in my burn drawer because they feel seasonal to me. So I will burn them when the season comes, but I don't want them in my burn drawer because they're nothing I would just randomly pick out and burn. All right, y'all, not going to share with you this part of the collection. This is actually my November rotation that I have already pulled. Not much room to grow on that one, although I probably will still add a few more. You will see this at the end of October. All right, y'all, this is the infamous burn dresser that I have in my bedroom / office space. I keep my big boys up here, not a huge collection. 2 of these are relatively new. I have the herbal tea from Kringle, the jelly donut that I picked up for my birthday, and then the new Voluspa Casa Pacifica that I got for my anniversary. This top drawer is going to be all Hub's stuff. So this is his citrus drawer. Actually, he has a citrus drawer and a half. So we have a limoncello from Bath & Body Works. This is the sweet tea and lemonade, one that we've already started burning. He's got sugar lemon zest up here in a single wick. Smells like sunshine. Got this one at the outlet for $3. Orange pineapple punch. Picked that up at Sass this summer. And then Sun-Kissed Morning. Back here we have number 33, which is also lemon espresso twist, y'all. Lemon gelato from Yankee, and this Midnight Citrus. Yeah, Midnight Citrus, which is a White Barn candle from Bath & Body Works. Sweet Orange Agave, which is a White Barn. Sugared Lemonade from Bath & Body Works. There's the Tigger candle that he loves, and then this one is the Grandma's Lemonade from Kringle. Also a great one that he really enjoys. Have spare bulbs for our lamp, spare bulb for our Kringle wax melter, and then some spare lids just in case something is wonky, or if we decide we don't like a lid, it gives us a few options. All right, this is the other citrus drawer, luckily with room to grow. Another fresh orange, sugared lemon from Goose Creek, Sun-Kissed Morning in the big boy, grapefruit peach. We got this one at Summer Sass, and then lavender lemonade. This one is a threshold candle from Target. A few more lids, an Illuma lid for Easter and for summer. And then in our first big drawer down here. Now these top 2 drawers are, you can only layer them in a single row. The bottom 2, I think you can do double, but I don't fill it because it gets too heavy. So we have, this is like my fruit drawer, and my burn dresser, these are all candles that I really like that I feel like I end up not burning because I'm always focusing on something else with a rotation. So unfortunately these don't get much limelight, but I do really like them, and I do usually find a season, but I don't burn them as much as I would like. So Basket of Berries from Goose Creek. Let's see the single wick back here. We have Forever Sweet. What's this one here? Raspberries and whipped vanilla. I think this one's peanut butter and jelly from Goose Creek. Yep, peanut butter and jelly from Goose Creek, and a diamond of the season from Bath & Body Works. So these are all fruity ones. Sunset Sparkle from Goose Creek. Have not burned that one yet. Scooby-Doo on the Road to Romance. Really nice musky blackberry. Blackberry Bourbon from Goose Creek. Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works. The Blue Care Bear Wish Big. This is my last one. Sad to see that one go. I still have not burned Squidward, y'all. I love it, but I couldn't work it into my summer rotation, so it just didn't get burned up. Queen Charlotte's Tea, the one that I'm burning. Raspberry Mimosa from Bath & Body Works. Golden Vineyard from Kringle. Tuscan Vineyard from Goose Creek. Grape Soda from Goose Creek. So you'll see that's kind of a grape row. Prosecco and Peaches from Bath & Body Works. That was a Sass candle from Winter Sass. Blueberry Cake Donut. This is my second one from Goose Creek. I really like that one. Blueberry Lemon Bundt Cake from Goose Creek, which is really just like an iced lemon pound cake. Strawberry Sponge Cake from Goose Creek. Best Friends, which is very similar to Strawberry Sponge Cake from Goose Creek. Champagne Sugar, which is a lot like Raspberry Mimosa. This one's from Goose Creek. Strawberry Strudel, which y'all, It's a little bit better than the first round, but not much. Green grass and apple from Goose Creek. This one is basil leaf and apple from Bath & Body Works. Got that at Winter Sass. And then apple blossom from Goose Creek. So that's my fruity drawer. The drawer below that is my gourmandy drawer. Look at that space to grow, y'all. It won't take long. Single wicks back here. I have the chocolate covered orange from Bath & Body Works. I have 2 of those. And then this one is another peanut butter and jelly. I'm not sure why I have that in 2 different locations. Hearth and Home from Kalamazoo Candle Company, and Almond Croissant from Bath & Body Works. And then in the 3 wicks, I have a Cosmic Brownie, which was one of my first Goose Creek candles. I really just need to make an effort to burn that one. Nutty Buddies, same with that one. Goose Creek, both of these are the Little Debbie collab. Hot Cocoa and Cream from Bath & Body Works. Dark Chocolate M&Ms from Goose Creek, y'all. This is nostalgic because this is the first collection I ever reviewed on my channel. It makes me happy to look at it for that reason. Plus, I just love the scent. Kringle Crinkle Cookies. There is the Chocolate Haystacks from Goose Creek. Almond Croissant from Bath & Body Works. That one's the Sass candle. Danbury Shortbread, our last one from the Bridgerton collection at Bath & Body Works. Sugar Cookie Dough from Goose Creek. Not crazy about this one. I might end up destashing it eventually. Boardwalk Cone from Goose Creek. Sweet Banana Bread from Goose Creek. Cinnamon Sugar and Vanilla from Goose Creek. And then over here I have a row of pistachio candles. Toasted Pistachio Muffin from Goose Creek. Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla from Bath & Body Works, and Pistachio Biscotti from Goose Creek. There is the Caramel M&Ms from Goose Creek, Caramel and Vanilla White Barn from Bath & Body Works, and Caramelized Lavender from Bath & Body Works. So you notice a lot of these in these drawers are also the ones I have backstock of, because again, I really like these. I need to gravitate towards them more, and yet here we are. This one is kind of my space, really. This is my drawer. So it's all my vanilla marshmallow and some of my laundry, which is a little bit limited right now because I'm doing that laundry review. So over here in single wicks, we have Vanilla Sands from Goose Creek, Vanilla Bean Noel from Bath & Body Works, Wick-ed Vanilla Woods from Bath & Body Works, Laundry Room Lemon from Bath & Body Works, and Cactus Blossom. I don't know why this one is here. That's just for some reason, that's where it's at. On the laundry side, we have Vanilla Suede, another little votive White Tea and Ginger from Kalamazoo Candle Company. That also makes no sense in this drawer. It looks like I need to do some reorganization. Sun-Drenched Linen from Bath & Body Works in the White Barn, and Clean House Vibes from Bath & Body Works. I have Eeyore from circa 1955, 100 Acre Woods from circa 1955. This one is Baby Powder from Kringle and Baby Powder from Goose Creek. This one's just a really clean, fresh scent, Ocean Blooms from Goose Creek. And then I have some honey scents, including Winnie the Pooh from circa 1955, Honey Bee Hollow from Goose Creek, and Honey Wildflower from Goose Creek. And then we get into the Vanilla Bean from Goose Creek, Vanilla Romance from Bath & Body Works, Vanilla Sands from Goose Creek, and then we get into more of the marshmallow. So I have that Marshmallow Snow Cream from Goose Creek. I'm just going to put these over here for now. Vanilla Bean from White Barn, Bath & Body Works. This is the Care Bears. Oh, what's the scent notes on this one? Cotton Candy Sugar Sprinkles, Mandarin Lemon Lime. This one's just kind of a marshmallowy citrus. Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud. Friends Forever Wizard of Oz. There's the beloved Marshmallow Sugar. Scooby-Doo Follow Your Heart, which was a delicious, like, musky marshmallow. And then the Beach Dreams from Goose Creek. So that's all my marshmallow love. Alright, y'all, trying to get situated. I apologize for the rocky camera movement. I am using a, selfie stick, and it is not easy to hold it for this long, and I don't have a way to secure it given my storage setup. This drawer is a little bit overflowing, and that is because all these White Barn candles right here I had in my September rotation and never got to them. I couldn't do it, so some came back that I was not planning on being in here. So I'm just going to take off the top layer and then I'll show you what's underneath. So Cool Raindrops from Goose Creek, one of my all-time favorites. Endless Weekend from Bath & Body Works. Got that one at SAS. Warm and Welcome, just picked this up at Goose Creek. Coconut Sandalwood, this is their dupe of the Bath & Body Works version. I haven't done the Goose Creek version yet, but I have burned Bath & Body Works and really like it. Sun-Washed Santal from White Barn. I got this one at Summer Sass. Also, White Barn Moonlit Goddess. That's a fall release this year. White Iris and Cedarwood from this spring, Bath & Body Works. Cardamom and Vetiver from White Barn. Picked that up at Winter Sass. Salted Amber and Vetiver from White Barn. That was a Sass pickup this summer. Black Tie. This I actually picked up at the outlet store, although it was a candle day from last December. And now let's take a look at these single wicks back here. I have one from Swan Creek. This is Whiskey and Sweet Tobacco. I think I originally had that in my June Father's Day rotation and never got to it. Frozen Lake from Bath & Body Works. This is the Voluspa Baltic Amber that I just hauled. My last of my Dirty Hippie candles. This one is like just straight up patchouli and clove. I really like it, but it doesn't have very good strength. Sweater Weather from Bath & Body Works. Into the Night from Bath & Body Works. Bourbon from Bath & Body Works. So a lot of this is like my bedroom scents, earthy, cologne-y sort of vibes, aquatic vibes. Lavender and Cedarwood. That one is Platinum. Yep, Platinum from Bath & Body Works. Sunrise Woods from Bath & Body Works. Kalamazoo Candle Company. Is this the tobacco one? Yeah, Tobacco Cedar. This one is the Midnight Addiction that I just reviewed from the luxury line at Bath & Body Works, along with the Free as a Flower luxury line single wick, the Just Breathe Aromatherapy Eucalyptus and Lavender, Sweet Whiskey from Bath & Body Works, White Sage and Tea from Bath & Body Works, Noah from Bath & Body Works, and Stranger Things Upside Down from Bath & Body Works. And y'all, this presents why I am frustrated with the new rewards program and not being able to use rewards on anything other than single wicks, because as you can tell, I don't need any more. And I don't want any more. And I can't go through them as fast as the 3 wicks, so it gets really annoying, and I wish I didn't have this many. But here we are. Okay, over here are my more aquatic scents. I've got Lakeside Morning from Bath & Body Works along with Frozen Lake. Coastal Paradise. This was one of my favorite summer candles. Definitely going to try to pick more of that up at Winter Sass. Self Care Sunday from Bath & Body Works. I'll probably bring that out in January. Flannel I'll probably bring out in January as well from Bath & Body Works. This one is Coral from Kringle. Vintage Memories from Bath & Body Works. Leather and Brandy from Bath & Body Works. That's a White Barn I picked up. I think that was this summer. It may have been Winter Sass. Colin's Return. There's My Sweetest Song That's Halfway Gone. Pure Comfort from Goose Creek. Coffee and Whiskey, White Barn. Picked that one up at Summer Sass. Into the Night from Bath & Body Works. Perfect in Pink from Bath & Body Works. My Book Loft from Bath & Body Works. The Jasmine Princess Candle from Bath & Body Works. Cozy Cashmere, which will be in my February rotation. First Sight from Bath & Body Works. Bridgerton collab in the Bridgerton Study scent. This one's kind of strong. I don't know if I'm going to keep that one. Sweater Weather. Here's Marco, by the way, making his way through. From Bath & Body Works. The Happy Hanukkah from last year, not to be confused with the delicious jelly donut one from 2 years ago. There is the Happy Kwanzaa. That's the one I'm currently burning. And the Blush Amber and Peony from Bath & Body Works. So that is the bottom drawer. And then I do have, y'all, some down here. This is my mom's rotation. I didn't know where to put it. I don't really have a good space for it, and I didn't want it out because it's griefy, and I want to be able to take it out with intention and not have to see it when I go to pull a rotation. I want to only take it out really when I want to see them. And these are all ones that remind me of her. If you haven't seen that memorial video, I'll link it below and put a card up there for you. It's Life's a Beach from Kringle. Vanilla Coconut from Bath & Body Works. She loved sand dollars, so that's why that one's in there. This one is one that Taylor gifted me, Butterfly from Bath & Body Works, because she told me she would come back to me as a butterfly, and I literally see them everywhere now. This is the Princess Life's a Fairy Tale candle, because when she passed and we started going through all of her stuff, which I'm still in the process of doing, we found out that she really liked the Disney trip I took her on back in 2006. She saved almost everything. You're So Perfect. This is a rose candle that reminds me of her, growing roses and peonies in the front yard. And then Butterfly Gardens, of course, for the butterflies. All right, y'all, that's it. That's the collection. I am sure this video has created more questions than it provided answers for. So feel free to put any questions you have in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you about my collection, my storage method, my spreadsheet, my backstock, my burn drawer, the way I organize, all those things. I'd love to chat with you about those. And if you have any insights or tips or ideas about storage, rotating, you know, all that stuff, I'd love to have those as well. Put those in the comments below. If you appreciate this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed because I have lots of other good stuff coming down the channel pipeline. I will see you soon in another video. And until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, everybody.